Hey, going live, everyone. Hey, everyone. I'm JQ, Jenna
Tag some
Quinter,
people so they show up.
and this is Conrad Quinter. Welcome to my HQ tonight. Every Thursday, around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're definitely running late tonight, but that's okay. Thank you so much for tuning in with Conrad and I. Tonight, we are talking about I just can't do it.
Why not?
We're expanding on what might be holding your customers or your clients back
Or
from
Right.
investing in your product or your service. And we'll basically show some empathy as well by talking about a time where we felt the same. And I wanted to chat with Conrad tonight because he is my business bestie. And he's going to basically share what it takes to be successful in sales and marketing. So
I'm going to wait till there's people on so I don't waste my breath.
Yeah. Well, we can just hop right in because usually they trickle in.
Can you tag some people?
Yeah. Hey, if y'all can tag 3 people and we will drop you.
Right now we got 0
an ebook. We got 1 viewer.
Oh, 1 viewer.
We will drop you an ebook.
Facebook ads
to our Facebook ad secrets if you tag 3 people.
I'll teach you the best tricks that I know in the game in my book.
So
how to target the rich people, how to make really high quality leads that won't waste your time. Lots of good stuff like that.
Okay, all right, cool. So we got 3. Cool.
So there's a special gift for people who are on now. If you tag 3 people to join this live, I will give you my Facebook Ad Secrets ebook. And I'll also, if you are interested, I'll also give you intro offer to my my exclusive leads course where I teach you how to make your own exclusive leads for whatever business that you're in. So whoever's on there, you can message her and she'll tell you more about that later. But
so yeah, comment 3 people. So invite 3 people to join. We'll give y'all the ad secrets. Just let us know your email address. We can drop that to you. But tonight, like I said, we're talking about I just can't do it. We're expanding on what might be holding you or your customers back from investing in a product or service, or maybe investing in yourself. And we've been there, so we have the empathy for y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. So comment below if you have any questions while we're talking, and we'll be sure to answer those for you. So Conrad.
Yes.
What does it take to be successful in sales?
You
first give a little bit of your background.
Been in sales for 10 years, managed a company, helped start a company from scratch because there's one guy in there and I fired him because he's lazy. And
just straight out the gate, geez.
Well, there's only one guy working, babe.
Oh, okay.
It's just, didn't really work out. But unfortunately, the company I worked with wasn't really, it was a real shit show, to be honest with you. But I had to just do what I could with the things that I had. It was a learning experience. Good money, but quite a headache. I was in sales for 10 years. So helped that company make a lot of money. I think our second year that I was there, we did 6 million. So that was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. And just kept going up from there.
So, but how did you even get into sales?
I actually started with, I guess, customer service. And then I, very similar thing. Sales, if you can do customer service, you can do sales. You're talking to the person. All you have to do is have a conversation with somebody. And that's the stuff I teach with all the things that I do. Just have a conversation. Have a conversation. Stop trying to tell them what you do. They don't give a shit about what you do until they ask you what you do. And even if they do ask you what you do, you say, well, before we get into that, tell me about you. Tell me about what got you started in whatever XYZ industry you're in, what got you, tell me the reason that you do what you do, and just shut up. A lot of sales is about just straight up listening. Now, if you know your stuff and you're good, I think that you can have a little bit more of a talking part, right? But maybe you're not super good at sales. Flat out, if you just ask the person just a few questions and sit there and listen, Like, the conversation, let's say it's a 40-minute conversation, maybe 7 minutes of it should be you actually speaking. The others should be there. They're wasting their breath. They're the ones talking. They're the one telling you about all their problems, their pain points, all the different things that are going on. And then at the end of the day, you say, I think I could help you. You just say, and they're like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I can't be stuck at this forever anymore. And you say, okay, well, do you mind if I offer you some solutions? I think that could help get you past this point. Sure. And then, maybe it will come to the end of it and they'll be like, well, what are you doing?
Keep talking.
Don't worry about that.
Keep talking.
So anyways, at the end of the day, I lost my train of thought. So
at the end of the day, what?
At the end of the day, it's all about being able to listen to your client, listen to the person, what they're saying, what they're doing, and being able to relate to them and then offering, a solution. So, yeah.
So what would you say, that, no, I'm trying to check something out for our live right now to make sure that it's working.
Well, let's say that.
So I know okay, so
I'm going to distract it.
So thanks for joining.
Long story short, say they come to the end of it, right? And you're like, they find out that really need the solution. You tell them it's like $6,000 or $10,000 or something like that to work with you, or $500, whatever it is. Then you can say to them, is it worth, I understand that's a lot of money. I really do. But in the end of the day, which is worth more to you? Which is more expensive to you? Staying where you're at now, or spending $5,000? Or you could even say, which is going to cost you more? And then they're like, well, I think the $5,000. They're like, yeah, well, not exactly. If they say yours is more expensive, you can say, well, not really. And they'll explain why. And say, Dan, you told me you've been working with the same amount of clients for the past 3 years. You've been doing the same in revenue. Can't spend any time with your kids. Can't do this. Can't do that. Haven't been able to take your family on a nice vacation because you're so deep into your business. You can't even work on your business. That's going to cost you a lot more than $5,000. That could, just think of all the things that could happen when you're not there for your kids, right. Maybe they'll get into the drinking, the drugs, or whatever, right? And now I'm not saying the $5,000 be your end all be all, but what I'm saying is it's a step in the direction that you want to be, so you can experience the things that you want, right? And let's just say it's for fitness. Let's fitness coach. Oh, that $3,000, that's too much for my, my program. Okay, well, Mary, what's going to cost you more, the $3,000 or buying workout programs for the rest of your life because you don't have an accountability coach? Which is going to cost more? Let's add it up. Okay, Denny Craig, $247. Okay, this $100. Okay, all these diet foods, these trends, these videos, these courses, this and that. You don't need a diet plan. You don't need a course. You need a coach.
Yeah, actually, I want to add into that. I remember
that's an example of what I would say if I was a fitness coach. That's how I would hit it. Where they can't afford it. That's exactly how I would do it.
Yeah. So I remember the first time, speaking of coaches, and we're talking about, I just can't do it. So you're holding back from investing in yourself, from investing in a coach. You have clients that are holding back from doing business with you, from buying your product. What I want to add was, I remember one of the first times, this is when I first moved in with you. We were first dating, and not dating, we were living with each other. And I remember I told you I wanted to do a fitness competition. And he made me stay true to it. I always thought it was on my bucket list, but I wasn't actually going to, probably get on stage, because I thought that it was going to be a crazy amount of money to hire a trainer, and it does get a little costly, but he hired a coach, actually. Shout out to Karen from Diva Squad Fitness, because he actually got the coach for me, and it wasn't a trainer. The coach just laid out a program of everything I needed to complete. And that's kind of what the difference between a trainer is kind of like done with you, somebody that's going to do the work with you. And then you have a coach who just basically creates the program for you that you follow along. So you hold yourself accountable, and then maybe you do like
the accountant,
and maybe and then you check in every week. But no, for me
it's
though,
a lot different when you have a fitness competition to win versus I want to look good for this event.
Well, this was the very first thing. So it started my my fitness weight loss journey. I mean, I've always been thin, I've always been athletic, but I never like pushed myself to get in the best shape that I could ever be in. And because we hired this coach, I mean, at the time it was kind of pricey. I thought it was expensive. I never really wanted to invest it myself, but Conrad got it as a gift for me. But it actually turned out it wasn't really that expensive at all, because what is price when you're investing in yourself and it's going to make you a better person, right? Whether it be, $25, $50, $100, $500, $6,000. People pay $30,000 to have mentors to get in their private circles just to like learn. And you may not be at that $30,000 stage, but starting off on buying an audiobook and reading is like where the gold is. You got to start somewhere. So I started off with that coach, and I was able to hit my fitness levels, but I was kind of reluctant. Like I said, I never did that for myself before. And then maybe 3 years later, I had the opportunity to invest in a business coach. I was always scared to do that too, but then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And you end up learning something new about yourself. You end up learning new knowledge. So it totally is worth it. Also during the pandemic, when everybody in the US was getting their stimulus checks, the $1,500 checks, I had just lost my job and I needed a way to figure out how to make money or learn a new skill. So I invested in this other course. I took all that money and invested it in putting it into learning so that I could learn to get better at my skill set, like my marketing, my sales, the psychology behind sales. I just wanted to learn something new. And so that's why it's super important to continue to invest in yourself. And this is also why it's important to believe in your product, because if your clients are like, I just can't do it, I don't see it, I don't see the value, then you got to figure out a way
and you got to earn the right. So you got to drop enough value bombs and different things that are going to really catch their attention.
That's what your friend
earn the right.
Brian Delaney, right? Yeah, Brian Delaney was saying that the other day.
Our friend who's like pretty insane.
Oh my gosh, he's awesome, y'all.
Yeah.
So.
But that's what it's about. Always adding value. Yeah. The more value that you can add, the easier the sale comes.
Yeah.
The more the person sees like, wow, that was really great info you gave me. Nobody's ever showed me that or done that before. And then you kind of be quiet. Let them ask you. People know everything is a sale. People know there's always a price to something. So you never even have to go in and tell them how much your program is. Ever. You never even have to do it. That's why when I tell her sometimes she's on the phone, just have a conversation with the person. Flat out, just talk to them on the phone.
What kind of questions do people need to be asking on the phone?
Okay. So what's kind of your goals in the next 3 months and 6 months?
Okay. So you're on the phone with somebody and you're like, Mr. Miss Smith, what are your goals in the next 3 months? What are you most excited about?
Yeah, what are you most excited about?
This is my phone, by the way.
What new things have just happened in your business that's exciting? What kind of are there any tough things you're going through right now that maybe I could give some advice for? As far as what I do or the leads that I do, because sometimes. So, for instance, I have a company I work with, 40 employees. I had to ask them to change the card five times on the screen, and it still hasn't gotten done.
A card.
A credit card.
Oh,
so
credit
they can
card.
get
Okay.
so they can get more leads, and more leads can come into them, right? And so they can keep making appointments. Or also where a lead would come in and they wouldn't call it right away because the person's off hours. So I offered to go an extra mile and call the lead. So let's just say I call the lead and get the person interested. They say, yeah, I need some help. When can we set up an appointment? I would then have to, after that, go call the office and tell her, but she couldn't schedule it yet because she had to talk to one of her sales reps to make sure that they could go out there. That is a very unorganized, as far as business, when new leads come in. Besides being a referral, like a call-in and things like that, it's very disorganized. You need it where somebody's to pick up the phone, schedule it, put it online schedule. There's no if and buts. I can get to it. I can't get to it. It's either if you can't get to it, okay, we hire more people. If those people can't get to it, you hire and fire to find the people who can fulfill the needs that you need. So the point I'm getting at is, when we make leads for people, it's not always, they always want to blame the marketers or the lead companies. And a lot of times it's internal that's messed up, not the lead being bad.
Yeah. Especially when you see when the marketers have access to a lot of the metrics, the business owners' pages, we can see how fast somebody's responding to somebody. So if you're not responding to your messages right away, then
you're literally just
you're losing money in your business. So if you have people that are constantly reaching out trying to purchase your services, then you really should be reaching out, like responding to them right away, especially if they're trying to book an appointment with you, especially if they want to buy a product from you.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like, I don't know what's holding you back. Like, what's holding you back from, I have to ask myself that question too, because sometimes we get stuck in this world of, at least for me, perfectionism, where I don't want to say the wrong thing to the customer. I don't even want to message the customer. I don't even want to talk to them because
I think that comes down with over and over again. Meaning you do it so many times, you just flat out.
Yeah, you overthink it.
Because at least I have done that.
Place.
You never even have the sale in the first
place. I know,
place.
I've done that. I overthought it so much before. It took me, this was a couple of years ago, where it took me so long to just get back to somebody. And it's like, all you got to do is, if you don't got an answer for the client, at least message them and be like, hey, I don't know the answer to that question, but I'm going to find out for you. Or I received your email. Let me get back to you. Or just have a conversation. You don't have to, if you're afraid, like, what's holding you back? Are you afraid of the sale? Or are you afraid of messing up?
Yeah.
So what else would you say is, what has made you successful in sales? What are your favorite tools? How many calls do you try to do?
Well,
what's a power hour? What's a follow-up hour?
Power hour is always at, I'll always do that 4 or 9 a.m. So the prime times, you could work literally 3 hours a day and beat out your competition who's working 8 hours a day. If you make that call, most of the time around 8 o'clock when they're kind of getting ready for work, or maybe even 7:30, might be a little early. But if you are catching the people who do work, 7:30 would be a time. Anywhere from 7:30 to 8:30, it's a prime time. By 9 o'clock, they're already in their chair a lot of times working.
And how many calls or messages
lunchtime, 12,
should you
12
be sending
to 1,
out?
And then I'd probably do 4, and then again at like 7. So you could work like 3 or 4 hours, but you could beat that person all day long working 10 hours a day because they're calling. And guess what? But those people aren't available at those times. So,
how many calls would you make in those hours to be successful?
Depends how many. So how many calls to make is completely dependent, I feel like, on your lead quality you're getting, right? If they're like a bunch of shared leads, like I used to get, like let's just say it's a shared lead, you buy it from a company and there's 4 different people who have this same lead, you're going to have to bang that lead out and you're going to have to call it like there's an emergency going on, like this is your family member and there's an emergency, because it's just a flat out game. And if I had to do this again and bought the same lead, did the lead things, I would say, guys, it's one thing. It's either your competition is going to hit these leads harder than you are, or you are. It's either they're going to take your money or you're going to make the sale. Because when it's a shared lead thing, that's actually what's going to happen. If you're thinking about it, it's whoever's going to get that sale is the person who's willing to work harder than the other person, because they're shared. So it's that other, whoever, so the success of a Home Advisor, Billy.com, Zillow, all these providers, the success of you getting that sale is completely dependent on how much you bust your ass compared to your competition. You work harder than they do, then guess what? You're going to get the sale most of the time, as long as you don't do something stupid. I've had so many deals undercut me. When we're about to finalize a deal, okay, I'll call you back tomorrow, we'll finalize it, right? And that's me being, when I was doing it, kind of rookie mistake and not knowing that, hey, there's another quote. Hey, I'm sure, Frank, let's be honest, I'm sure there's probably a few more quotes you're waiting for. Would I be offline with that? Or since you said you want to wait for tomorrow, because not much happens in 24 hours, except the sun goes up, sun goes down, right? So if you don't mind me asking, is that the reason that you wanted to, have some extra time? They say, yes, it is. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being honest with me. Then you could say something like, so you're looking for other quotes. So you're looking, I'm guessing, to get we have the deal here, but you're looking to do even better, right? You could even say, based on everything we went over, does it sound like something you want to move forward with and you like a lot? Yes, but you're still waiting for another deal, right? Because you want to get a great deal. Could we come to a number tonight? That we could look at the numbers, and if we can move to a number tonight that's going to work for you and work for us, can we go ahead and just sign this tonight instead of wait 24 hours? I start be quiet and wait for what they say.
I used to say, like, hey, do you have time to meet up too? Depending on where you're located, I'd be like, can you meet up tonight?
But did you see how, like, what I was doing with that example? With it's like, they want to say something, and then you can always say, is that the only reason why that you wouldn't move forward tonight? Like if they say, oh, I gotta talk to my, like, I get that, Frank, and I respect that. I gotta talk to my wife too about a lot of things. But
when they're like, I want more information.
Right. And what specifics? Let's go over that, right? Because this is an important thing to you, right? So what specific information would you like? Right. And then you could say, is it something, and you just dive into it. Whenever they give you a rebuttal or an excuse, dive in and ask them. She was on a phone with a client today, and he just said, send me an email. And I said, okay, well, what are we going to do?
Well, first of all, I did say, what if I sent you everything? What would happen next?
You did. You said, what would happen next?
But then I got scared.
That's okay.
I got scared after because he's like, well, I would look at it and then I probably would move forward. Your goal is to get them to say, I probably will move forward, or I'll move forward with you like at least 3 times. They got to say that out loud. Like, I want to hire you.
And why don't you tell them about the little trick where you say, oh, I can't. What'd you say? I can't hear you.
Oh yeah. So like if
there's a little trick,
I got this from Chris Winters. He said, so you ask them. So the client is asking you, yeah, I'm interested. Just send me. I want to send an email. Do you have any marketing material? Then I responded with, sorry, I got ADD. Squirrel. babe.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
So then what I did is I responded with like, okay, so say I sent you everything that you wanted in your email inbox. I got you all the testimonials. I have all the marketing material for you. I'm going to send it to your email so you can look at it. You'll have everything in the world about my company. You'll have all the information. What would happen next? And then you just get quiet, and usually the person will say, well, because this is kind of it's a close essentially, because it's better than not trying to close, right? Because you're at least kind of asking them where they're at. You're getting them to open up, and the whole goal is to get a client to open up. And basically you just say, okay, so what would happen next? And usually they'll say something like, oh, I'll take a look at the email, I'll get back to you, la-di-la-di-la. And you can be like, okay, well then, what would you do next? And then if they said, well, I would probably hire you. And then I just say, oh, what did you say? Sorry, my phone cut out. Can you say that again? I would hire you. Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry, I couldn't hear you on the phone. My phone was breaking up. Can you just say that one more time? And get them to say it like 3 times. I want to hire you.
Yeah.
And so then it's in their mind that they want to hire you because they said it out loud at least 3 times. And that's just psychological. But so you still, even if they don't make a payment over the phone with you that day, you're going to still send them the information they want to see. But they have in their intention to hire you because they stated it 3 times. And I don't know the psychological factors of why it works, but for whatever reason it does. We'll have to look into the brain chemistry. Babe, I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, so I asked you how you got into sales. I've asked you what made you successful. What are your favorite, I don't know, I wanted to say, what motivates you to get up every morning?
I don't have a choice.
What motivates you? Because you get in front of the computer and you will literally stay and work. Because I just want
to do better. I don't have another job. This is the only thing that I do, right? And I had to figure it out. So sometimes y'all have to look at these really bad situations that happen. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe something happened with the past partner or business owner you're with, and you're like straight up don't have a clue what to do. Sometimes those are good things because they push you to do your own stuff, and make your own businesses and take yourself to different levels that you didn't want to go. But number one thing is discipline. That's what separates. And I'm still trying, even though you think I'm disciplined, I don't even think I'm that disciplined compared to where I would like to be.
Let's look up the word. Let's define the word discipline.
I mean, there's, you look at a lot of the top people, they wake up 4 or 5 a.m. and they have their routine and they have their flow and it's discipline.
There's a really good book out there. Look at the 75 Hard Challenge.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get through it. I did 2 weeks of it, and it's where you read 10 pages of a book every single day. Any book, you just get through 10 pages, or the same book, whatever you want to do. You work out twice a day. So you do one workout inside, you do another workout outside. Mm-hmm. Actually, you could do both workouts outside if you want. It doesn't have to be inside, but it definitely, for sure, at least one of them has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water. Mm-hmm. And you have to follow some type of healthy diet and take a before picture.
Yeah.
So that's 75 Hard Challenge. You can look it up. It is intense. Another book, really good book, is Miracle Morning by Elrod.
She reads more than me. That's one of my
So
faults.
that book was Miracle Morning or Morning Miracle. He wakes up at like 5 a.m. and you're supposed to basically just like meditate. You're supposed to read. you're supposed to journal a little bit. But so far, out of all the books that I've been reading, like this is a consistent thing that a lot of successful entrepreneurs do is and I haven't been able to master it. The most I've been waking up is like before sunrise, sometimes like 6:30, like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. That's about the time that like the earliest time that I can wake up. I would like to try earlier, but I just, for some reason, I can't get myself in bed. So I need some coaching on how to get to bed earlier because I cannot wind down. But I want
magnesium.
Yeah. Magnesium. Tell them why magnesium is good.
So magnesium is really good because it relaxes you, but also relaxes your muscles.
What is magnesium?
It's an element. It's a one of the elements you can have on a periodic table. It's a mineral from the earth. So magnesium is really good for you. It can help relax you, but also let's just say you're anxious, or let's say you're even tired. It's crazy. So if you're tired and don't have a lot of energy, taking magnesium can give you a lot of energy. Like this energy right now. You would think maybe I had an energy drink or this and that.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing today.
I didn't have anything.
I had a salad. I had some vegan nachos.
I had
from this cool new restaurant called like Plant or Planta.
But the point is, we're not supposed to be tired like that. We're not supposed to be tired. Usually, if you're tired or have a headache or not feeling good, you're probably lacking something.
I'm slow to get up sometimes, so I'm probably lacking.
It's crazy how just like little minerals and things like that can make such a big vitamins can make such a big difference in how you feel. You can feel like crap one day and not take your stuff, and take it the other day, and you feel real good.
I just want to say thank you to everyone watching this. I really appreciate you. Yeah. Just so much love. Like it really means a lot that y'all are taking the time out of your day to
and hopefully you're learning
listen.
Stuff.
Yeah, like I said, we will send you our ad secret book if you tag 3 people to watch this.
Even the replay, we'll do it.
Even on the replay.
So even on the replay,
just tag 3 people. We'll send it to you. And if you, how about this? If you want some leads and you tag 5 people, I will make you. If you're,
so here's the deal.
If you're in B2B,
I got it. So if you have a business or somebody who wants business, if you tag five people that have a business, and one of them signs up with us, we'll go ahead and set up your ads for you for free, complimentary. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then also I was going to throw in that I would create a lead list for you.
Well, that's pretty good. So you get your lead list and your ad set up.
Yeah. If you tag 5 people in here, and then I'm going to send you, I'll just send you some leads.
My client put in his pocket last year because he took us out to dinner.
Hold on one second.
But he put in his pocket.
It has to be B2B. It has to be B2B. So if you want a list of realtors, if you want a list of mortgage lenders, if you want a list of plumbers, electricians, contractors, it has to be niche, gyms, beauty salons. If you need a list of people, restaurant owners, restaurants, just tag 5 people in here and I'll create a list for any city in the US of your choice for free. Yeah. Because I'm trying to drop some value. I do create lists for B2B businesses, anywhere from 600 to 3,200 leads. Actually, I could get you as many leads as you want in a certain industry. So obviously, there's only so many realtors in a city, or so many plumbers in a city. So however many plumbers or realtors are in that city, I can get it for you. But I can create lists nationally. I usually charge for that, but for you, if you drop 5 names in here, you tag people to watch this, then I'll hook you up. So going back to discipline. Discipline is defined as the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Damn.
So would you say you're disciplined? or I'm disciplined?
I would say.
So the punishment doesn't have to come in the form of
Okay,
abuse.
wait.
It
Here's
means
another one.
taking away something. That can be punishment.
Discipline, a branch of knowledge typically one studied in higher education. So let's go back. So discipline, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. I remember when I was an athlete, and if I didn't say yes, ma'am, or no, sir, to my coaches, I lived in Texas, y'all, they would make us run more laps. They would make us run suicides on the court.
So the point is, discipline doesn't have to be like a yelling thing, but you take something away. If you don't do something, you should discipline the best teachings can become from self-discipline. Oh, I didn't do something today. Oh, I got, it's very hard to do. But then you have to go say, okay, well, I don't get to do this because I didn't do this. If it's like you have a goal for the day and you don't achieve that goal, or you said that you're going to do something and you don't do it, you should take something away from yourself of something that you like. But if you do your stuff, then you can put in reward. You can do a reward versus take away system. And I think that's super healthy, where you get something done, you get a reward. You don't do it, you get something taken away.
Activity or experience that provides mental or physical training.
Yeah. Now, I think it could get a little hostile if we try to discipline each other.
Yeah.
But I think we should start with disciplining ourselves.
Right.
You come up with your own little schedule that you do. I'll come up with mine. And if I don't do my certain things, guess what? I tell you that you take this away or something like that. Or I just, try to take it away myself and not do it. So
say you don't do your workouts 5 days a week. What is that going to take away from you? Your cheat day. Yeah. Your cheat meal, your cheat treat. But then there's reward, right? So let's say you successfully met all of your goals that week. You successfully accomplished it. Then reward yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Buy something nice for yourself. Enjoy a really nice meal for yourself. Buy a pair of shoes, or reward.
Buy something.
Figure out something that's going to be rewarding. If it's rewarding for you to help other people, then do something kind for the sake of your work that you just accomplished. Be like, oh, I was able to make, $100 this week, and you want to donate $10 to the charity of your choice. Imagine if it was like you made $1 million this week and you can donate $100,000 to a charity of your choice. That's rewarding.
Yeah.
That would make me feel good if I could do that. So those are goals. Set your goals big. Set your rewards big, but within reason, within your reason, where you're at in life right now.
Yeah.
And discipline yourself. I have to figure out how I would discipline myself. I let myself off the hook way too easy. Yeah. But I will say this, out of all the times I worked from home, I was not one of those people that worked by the pool because I live in Florida. I kind of feel like I disciplined myself where I wasn't allowed to go outside at all. So I really living in Florida, I don't really lay by the pool that much as you would think. So I wish I could get better at that. But that's when I used to work from home all the time. I would basically stay inside all day because I felt that it was wrong for me to go enjoy myself, which that could be too much discipline. You could be overdoing it, because I like to say this. My uncle, he says there's 24 hours. Obviously, there's 24 hours in a day, right? Everybody knows this. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for family and playtime. So you could divide up your time like that. Obviously, you don't have a family, then you can dedicate more hours to sleep, or you could dedicate more hours to working. I mean, God bless you if you don't have a family. That's when you get really good friends in your life.
Yep.
if you don't sleep 8 hours, then dedicate that to more work or dedicate that to spending time with your family. So 8 hours, again, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for family and fun.
Yep.
24 hours in a day. You are either the hardest working person or
in the room.
Yeah, in the room. Or you could be the smartest person, but it doesn't mean that you're the hardest working person.
Yeah.
Which one would you rather be, the hardest working person or the smartest person? They always say work smarter, right?
Yeah. Smarter, not harder.
Yeah. He's over there doing some ads. So I think it's about time that we end the show. We just wanted to, again, thank y'all for staying on with us. We love y'all. If you have questions, we're only going to get better at these shows with your feedback. So please post your feedback. Please ask the question in the link below. I did post a link to a Google sheet. You can fill out questions for us to answer. What do you got? Anything else to add?
Not really. Just stop overthinking everything. That's one of the best pieces of advice I could give to any entrepreneur.
I overthink.
Do instead of
take action.
Yeah. Do instead of think, right? Everybody thinks, oh, should I do this? Or I'm not sure if I should do that.
Also,
hold on. And it's all about action. Like, I make videos while I'm walking the dog. Ads. I make ads that I put good money into while I'm walking the dog. And I don't care if people don't.
He doesn't care if things are perfect or not. He just gets it out there. And I think that's the difference.
And it makes a huge difference.
A successful person and a non-successful person. A successful person is going to take action. They're going to just get what they need to get done. There's another good book called Eat the Frog. So you literally, or eat the elephant, whatever you want to do. But it's just taking one bite at a time. But you work on the hardest task that you don't really want to do. You just do it. So yeah. But I wanted to add something else. I think I'm just gonna have to save it for the next show. So wow.
That's a good show.
We got through it, y'all. We got through it. These are the lives. Every Thursday we do a live, whether it be me and Conrad or me. But this is consistent. This is on my YouTube channel, Jenna Quinter. I tried to get it on LinkedIn, but I guess they haven't approved me yet. But we're on Facebook as well. Please follow Conrad. He's on Instagram, Fit Life Conrad. And then my Instagram is the Self-Made Babe. And what does that mean? It means that I just love self-made entrepreneurs, and I love interviewing, sharing their stories, promoting them. So that's a self-made babe, is somebody who, because I do believe that God is our creator.
Yep.
So I don't think that we are self-made in his image. That's not what self-made babes is about. Self-made babes is just somebody who is going to dive in, take action, and do what needs to get done.
That's right.
Yeah. So whether you're an entrepreneur or working for somebody else, you could be a self-made boss or self-made babe. If you have a story, please email it to me. Post your email below. We can link up. And yeah. So you guys rock. Have a wonderful night. Stay blessed. Don't want to leave. I don't want the show to be over with.
Well,
I feel like we could just talk forever and ever.
You could just put the live on during the day and have people read the spark.
Yeah.
So always try that out too.
So, what else we got for you?
That's it.
That's it? We're going to say goodbye? Okay, bye, y'all. Stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Mwah. See ya.